Good afternoon, dear students. Previous session, we start to learn about map. See, a map is a representation or a drawing of the Earth's surface or a part of it drawn on a flat surface according to a scale. And also, dear students, so we learned the types of maps also. So there are three types of maps: physical maps, political maps, and thematic maps. And last class we start to learn about the major components of maps. The major components of maps. So what are the major components of maps? So distance. Understood now. So distance it is the first and foremost important component of maps. And also dear students, direction and scale. Direction and scale. See, these three are major components of maps. Now let us discuss about more about distance. See dear students, we know that maps are drawings. Drawings. See, which reduce the entire world or a part of it to fit on a sheet of paper. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ವಿಶಾಲವಾದಂತಹ ಆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅಷ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ. We can say maps are drawn to reduced scales. ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ರಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲಿ. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಬೇಕು ಹಂಗೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ವೈಲ್ reducing the distance of the map. We should be very careful. So why? Because now we are actually not showing the exact the real distance between the places. So it can only be possible when a small distance on paper represents a large distance on the ground. Now, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ತೋರಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಇಯರ್ ಟು ಇಯರ್ 1 centimeter distance. But 1 centimeter distance is equal to, we have to mention maybe 1,000 kilometers. So here the map shows 1 centimeter until that 1,000 kilometers. It's because this is not the real, because we are using a piece of paper or a flat sheet. Therefore, a scale is chosen for this purpose. So that's what. So we are using scales. We are using scale. Scale is the ratio between the actual distance on the ground and the distance shown on the map. It's the ratio what we are showing on the map, the actual distance, and what we are showing on the map, the distance. For example, dear students, the distance between your school and your home is maybe 10 kilometers. So this is one example. The distance between your school and home is meant about 10 kilometers. To reach school from your home, so the distance it is about 10 kilometers. So but whether is it possible to show the 10-kilometer distance on the map, whether we are going to take 20 kilometer, 1,000 big sheet to draw a map? No. See here, distance by 2 centimeter on a map. That means distance by just we are showing. So here your school and here your what we call so home. It is so far, but here we are showing. So here your then we are showing here 2 centimeter. Here 1 centimeter represents, if you show this 10 kilometer distance by 2 centimeter on a map, it means 1 centimeter on the map will show how many kilometers now? 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilometers. Suppose if it is so 3 centimeter, maybe the distance that is about so 50 kilometer. Are you getting this, students? So in this way actually we are showing. So 1 centimeter on the map will show 5 kilometer. Understood now? See, the scale of your drawing will be 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilometer. You have to show after the completion of drawing of the map. Okay, you have to write here 1 centimeter is equal to 5 kilometer. So this is what? Scale. Suppose you are using 1 centimeter is equal to 10 kilometer, but you have to show like that. Or may 100 kilometer, or may 1000 kilometer. 1 centimeter is equal to even 1000 kilometer. But we are mentioning that 1 centimeter is equal to, so in this example, so 5 kilometer. Okay. Then maybe 2 centimeter means it is 10 kilometer. So dear students, scale is very important in any map. Okay, suppose if you know the scale, you will be able to calculate the distance between any two places on a map. If you know about the scale, if you don't know about the scale, then it's too difficult to know the distance between two places. So, for example, here mentioned maybe here Tamil Nadu is there. Okay. Then here Karnataka we are showing. Maybe we are showing here so 10 centimeter. 1 centimeter is equal to 100 kilometer. Okay. Now we are showing here so 10 centimeter. So that means Karnataka Tamil. This is an example. Karnataka Tamil 1 centimeter means 100 kilometer. Then here 10 centimeter we show means so 10 into 100, 1000 kilometer distance. So we can count exactly the distance between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka state is 1000 kilometer. On what basis we can tell? So whatever we are mentioned, we are using the scale on the map on the base. This example is not the distance between 1000 kilometer. Just I explained as an example. See, dear students, here in this we are actually again observing there are two categories. So when large areas like continents or countries are to be shown on a map on a piece of paper, so then we use a small scale. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವು ಸರಿ ನಾವು ದೇಶಗಳನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಕಾಂಟಿನೆಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ, ಖಂಡಗಳನ್ನ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 5 centimeter. So the map shows 500 kilometers of the ground. So it is called what now? Small scale map. So there are two types: small scale map. Got it, dear students? So when large areas like continents or countries are to be shown on a paper, then we use a small scale. For example, 5 centimeter on the map shows 500 kilometer of the ground. 5 centimeter ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅದು ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ 500 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟು ಶೋ 500 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಸ್ಕೇಲ್ we are using only 5 centimeter, and this type we used to call as a small scale map. So this type of map used to call as a small scale map. Okay, now again there is the another one which used to call as a large scale map. Large scale map, see here, when a small area, for example like your village or town, is to be shown on a paper, then we use a large scale, that is 5 centimeter. So on the map shows only 500 meters on the only on the ground. So this used to called as a large scale map. Are you getting, dear students? For example, when you are drawing on a paper your village or your street or your town, so we are using a large scale, for example 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeters shows that 500 meters, so 1 centimeter is equal to 100 meters. So here what actually we are using the large. So this type of maps or the scale used to called as a large scale map. So dear students, large scale maps give more information than small scale maps. Got it, dear students? So large scale maps or give more information than small scale maps. Now let us discuss about direction. So the first one is distance, and that we came to know that large scale map and then small scale map. And now let us discuss about direction. So dear students, most maps contains an arrow marked with the letter N at the upper right hand corner. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ನೋಡಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಸಪೋಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅ ಪೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಪರ್, ಮೇ ಬಿ ಹಿಯರ್ ಒನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಮ್ಯಾಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ಈ ರೈಟ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಎನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಂಡಿಕೇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾರ್ತ್. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು ಮಕ್ಕಳ, ದೆನ್ ಈಸಿಲಿ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ identify the remaining directions. If we know about the north, then easily we can come to know about the other directions. Got it, dear students? Got it? So dear students, so whichever it may be the different map, so there we can see an arrow marked with the letter capital N at the upper right hand corner. Upper right hand corner. No kanti makla. See, this arrow shows the north direction. So ee torsigal telidre makla, it is actually the north direction. Got it now? Then if he knows about the north direction, then it's easy to identify the remaining directions. It is called the north line. This is called as the north line. See, when you know about the north, you can find out other directions, for example east, west and south. So please keep in your mind, dear students. So there are 4 major directions. There are 4 major directions, such as north, Okay. Then anyone please? North, south, east and west. So north, south, east and west. So these are four major directions. Got it now? And these four major directions are called as cardinal points. Isn't it clear, now? Cardinal points. So this is the south and west, east. East and west. See, these four major directions we used to call as a cardinal points. And also, dear students, other four intermediate directions are there. That is about northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. And we can locate any places more accurately with the help of these intermediate directions. So the remaining nodes, so actually there are four major directions, then plus again four are. So there are totally 8 directions, but out of 8, so there are four major directions. So those four major directions are north, south, east and west, and other, so these. So this used to called as a NW, that means northwest, and this used to called as a EN, this means sorry NE northeast, and this used to called as a southeast, and this used to called as a southwest. And these four are there now, and these four directions are called as intermediate directions. Inter These remaining four directions are called as intermediate directions. Got it, dear students? See here, by using these directions, we can locate any places more accurately with the help of these intermediate directions. So please keep it in your mind, dear students. There are totally 8 directions. So apart that, so there are four major directions which are called as a cardinal points, and remaining directions are used to called as a intermediate directions. So major directions are there north, south, east, west, and internal intermediate directions are northwest, northeast, southwest and southeast. Getting these students. So here the direction of the even when you are coming from your house, then it's most important, or when you are traveling one place to another place and to find out the things, so the directions are so useful. See here, we can find out the directions of a place with the help of a compass. We are using a compass ಅಥವಾ ಅದನ್ನ ದಿಕ್ಸೂಚಿ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಮಕ್ಕಳ. So all of you knows about this compass. Always it is actually an instrument used to find out main directions. See, its magnetic needle always points towards north-south directions. ಆ ಕಾಂಪಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಆ ಒಂದು ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಆ ನೀಡಲ್, ಸೊ ನಾರ್ತ್ ಸೌತ್ ಅನ್ನ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ದೆನ್ the remaining directions we can easily understand. Now the next, the important, the another major components of the maps are symbol. See, symbols we are actually using on a map because it is the most the another important component. By using these symbols we can get a lot of knowledge, ideas and information. See dear students, it is not possible to draw on a map the actual shape that we all of know. It is not possible to draw on a map that actual shape and size of different features. For example, building, road, bridge or tree or railway line or well, so on so things. And also they are shown by using certain letters also, shades also, colors also and pictures and lines also. See, we are using on the maps the different letters, pictures, line, and even the different color to show the different things. By this, we can get a lot of information and it's really helpful to us. See, with the use of these symbols, maps can be drawn easily and are simple to read. We can understand by reading that particular map. So, maps, even if you don't know the language of an area and even you are very new to that particular respective area, so even though the maps are helpful to you to get the information. Getting now, dear students. So even if you don't know the language of an area, and therefore cannot ask someone for directions. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ನೀವು ಯಾವ ಕಡೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. See, you can collect information from maps with the help of these symbols. Then you can easily reach your destination. See, maps have a universal language wherever you can go. So, the maps have universal language that can be understood by all. Even in India, also the same meaning that gives. Even if you go somewhere, the same meaning that gives. So there is no actually. So the maps actually they are using whatever it may be the lines, symbols, pictures, or letter. So that most what we called as the universal language. See, there is an international agreement regarding the use of these symbols. There is an international agreement about the use of these symbols. See, these are called conventional symbols. So, ಈ ಸಿಂಬಲ್ಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು conventional symbols ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So, what are those symbols, or those letters, or those pictures, or those different lines which are considered universal language that gives a common meaning throughout the world? So, regarding that, we are going to discuss in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.